Good afternoon, Unique Couples community. We are Vito and Linda.
I can't believe it's afternoon
yes,
already.
It is afternoon.
We did a whole marathon.
Yes,
wow.
This is session number 4, and we have special guests with us, Tracy and Debra Wood, and they're going to be introduced very shortly. But go ahead and get your water, get your coffee, get your notepad as the marathon continues. We're going to be in for a great time in this session here, as we're going to be talking about overcoming differences in marriage. And you know, our theme for today is marriage overcomers, thriving in this season and the next. And we would have already spoke on several topics so far today. We talked about overcoming communication burnout. We talked about overcoming marital conflict. We talked about overcoming lack of couples vision. And now we're going to be talking about overcoming differences in marriage.
Yes. We're all excited. Like I said, I can't believe it's afternoon already. This is our fourth session.
Yes.
Those of you who are joining us live, go hashtag live squad. Let us know you're here and where you are watching from. Debra, those are watching all the way from Canton, Texas, and they're joining us from there. We are all the way in Freeport, Bahamas. And we've had speakers from, we had from Nassau, Bahamas as well. We had speakers we'll have speakers from Texas and
New York is
next.
New
York. Yeah, New York is next. Yes. So we had fun.
Hello, Debra and Tracy.
Hey guys, how are you?
Awesome.
We're doing awesome. How are you?
We're good. We were wishing we were with y'all today. We're in Texas and it's over 100 degrees, and so it's hot here today. We need some water.
Wow.
Well, we're here in Freeport, Bahamas, and today is actually a holiday over here. So we're celebrating a holiday here, but it's great we can have you guys here today as we're continuing the marriage marathon.
Yes, and it's all about couples being able to learn and grow and thrive in their relationship in this season, whatever is happening. So, hey, they might be in problems, have issues right now, have problems in their relationship now, but they don't have to stay stuck in that season. They can get help. And we're so happy that you are here, because then not only do you bring the fact that, hey, you can talk about differences in in marriage and relationship, you can also help women who are really suffering with confidence issues and problems and need help with that. So we'll learn more about that at the end when we come on. But thank you so much for being here and for sharing and coming on. So everyone, this is my good friend, Debra. Love her. And so Debra is, has been a preschool teacher. She is an international entrepreneur, right? International entrepreneur. And she is just killing it with what she is doing, helping persons around the world with the work that she's doing. And then of course, she's married to Tracy and they have their wonderful life together, and she's going to tell us more about it. I don't want to give away all the story, but you can tell us more about that as you introduce yourselves and talk about overcoming differences. And a lot of that is in marriage too, right?
Yes. So we'll turn it over to you, Debra and Tracy.
Oh, I just want to say for our persons who are watching, if you have any comments or questions, put them in the chat. Let us know your takeaways. If you did not receive your workbook as yet and you registered, you'll get it. If you have not registered to receive the workbook, that's the workbook for this session that you'll use long after these sessions are gone, because that's how it was designed. And 21 date night ideas. So it has a little island touch spice to it. So you want to get that, register to receive that, and we'll get that to you so that you can use. So go ahead and do that. The link is in the description. Okay, Debra, Tracy and Debra, tell us a little about yourself and go ahead. Tell us about overcoming differences.
Wow. Well, Linda, thank you so much for putting this together today. We're going to make our camera go back and forth here. But anyway, this is my husband, Tracy Wood, and we have been married for how long?
39.
Yeah, 38, 39 this year. 38, 39 years. When you get to this point, guys, you can think, okay, what year is it? And some of the years you're like, wait a minute, surely we cannot have been married for this long. But anyway, I do want to say we are talking about overcoming differences today. And how many differences have we overcome in 38, 39 years?
We've had our share.
Only probably 9,044. We laugh about this because, as you can tell, I am out there. I'm going to talk to you. And Tracy, I said, come here, let's talk. And he said, how long do I have to stay today? And you don't want to stay the whole time?
I'll listen.
He gets speechless. This moment in time. So anyway, I do want to say thank you to Linda and Vito for allowing us to come be a part of their marathon today. I'm telling you, in the world today, we need more people doing the work that Vito and Linda are doing on strengthening marriages and leaning into marriages and allowing marriages to last for a lifetime. And that's what we signed up for. And we're on our way of, are we 38 or 39? We were married in 1983. So what would that be?
December will be 39.
39. Okay, so we're working on 39. Guys, it's going to be 40 soon before we get it. But we met, Tracy and I met in high school. So are you ready? You want to stay or you can go now?
I'll listen.
Oh, he's going to listen in to what I say. Okay, now we got to be totally transparent. We don't. I can't stretch the truth at all. But Tracy and I met when we were ninth graders in high school, if you can believe that. I moved to my hometown in Texas, and I walked into a science classroom, and at the very back of the room there was a table full. There was one seat left, and there was a table full of boys. And if my friend Mary Estep happens to be listening in, I know she commented and wanted to. She knows that who was at that table of all guys, and I decided that was the seat I was going to sit in, and that's when I met Tracy Wood. And so we didn't date in high school. We started dating after high school. When we got to be college, I was going to college, and my mother loves to tell the story. He was my friend, and he was around the house all the time, and my daddy liked him, but he was my friend. And mother said, I remember vividly her telling the tale that she knew something was more serious when I quit saying he was my friend, because that's the way it'd been for 3 or 4 years. My mother, a good Texas family, said I could get married after I graduated from college. So I graduated from college on December the 17th, 1983. We had Christmas, and then on December 30th, 1983, we married. A cold, cold winter night here in Texas. It was so cold that day, and we've been doing life together ever since. We've had children together. We're blessed with 2 grown daughters. And if you notice an extra glow about us, you want to tell them what we've got new in our lives?
Where's my picture?
Oh, he didn't bring his phone. We've got, wait, you got to, now listen, for overcoming differences, this is so worth it, because this is what was new in our life. Look at that. Mm-hmm. So we got a new grandbaby in June. So we're brand new. We like to call him Papa T, and I'm Go-Go. And so we are entering an entirely different phase of marriage than some of you on the call today. And I'm telling you, if that picture alone doesn't inspire you to keep going and keep pledging along in this marriage game, the life that we call marriage, I don't know what does, because it's a very special time. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about overcoming differences, because as you can tell, Tracy Wood and I have had differences throughout our marriage for the entire time, from the beginning of time. I love to chat. I love to go into a room and work a room. And he's like, do we have to go? I mean, like, really? And we'll talk about what we're going to do on a Friday night. And I'll say, well, Tracy, we could do this, or we could do this, or we could go eat with these people, or we could do this. And he's like, can you and I just go eat? And I'm going, okay, let's just do that. So the differences of Tracy and Debra Wood are very strong. We were brought up differently. We had different visions of what we wanted to do. We do things differently, but somehow we've made it work for 38 years. And that's what we're here celebrating today. I know oftentimes people say, well, how have you made it? And you're looking for the secret sauce. I know, during this marriage marathon today, and the speakers that have come before me and the speakers that are going to be after me, along with Linda and Vito, are some of the very most powerful things that you can do in your marriage to, again, last for a lifetime, or at least last working on 39 years with us. So as we did life together, Tracy's a retired police officer, and I was a teacher. I started as a preschool teacher, as Linda shared with you earlier. And as we were doing life in that way, it was good. It was fun. And we both had our little lanes that we were living in. And then in my career, we wrote a series of curriculum. And so we started a business. There were 3 other kindergarten teachers and myself, started a business and started really impacting the early childhood world. I traveled. We got to do great things. Monetarily, it was very rewarding. We got to do things in life that we wouldn't have gotten to do otherwise. And we found ourselves loving life, him doing his thing and me doing my thing. And we made it work. We have 2 daughters together. They were busy as your children are. I don't know where off. Tell me in the chat where you are in your marriage right now. Tell me how many years you've been married. But most importantly, oftentimes those children are the ones that really we do the stop gaps on, don't we? When they were 5 years old or when they were 10 years old. And those are the kind of the things that we think about. We give those monumental things along the way, don't we? Well, our girls, again, they were busy doing life. And when you get busy in that phase of life, it's kind of hard to spend time on the 2 of you, isn't it? You have to be very intentional about those times. You have to be intentional about the date nights. You have to be intentional about the things that you do together and having hobbies together. And I can safely say that we had a few hobbies together, but we didn't have tons of hobbies together. And we found that we've gotten right here to this stage of life that I want to share with you. So it was probably about 15 years ago that it was time for me to take a chapter 2 of life. And I call that when, I changed businesses. So I left that early childhood business and I thought, well, okay, what's next? Tracy was busy with his career. And I thought, what am I going to do next? And it really was a challenging time in our life and in our marriage, because I found that everything about me had been that first business. I mean, I was all in on that first business. And so doing life had not become as important. Tracy Wood and my girls, I had put that business first. And so when I made the change, that was honestly made for me. But when I'm a person of faith, when the Lord allowed me to make that change, then starting business 2 and 3 and 4, I decided I was going to do that a little bit differently. I was going to structure those businesses so that we could live life around those businesses. How many of you are in business? How many of you are really leading a business? And sometimes will take up every being of your life. It gets busy, doesn't it? It gets kind of hectic, doesn't it? Well, I found that then as I was busy doing that, you remember those times? You remember those times that it was hard, wasn't it, on certain days? And I know for him that you can tell. Do you ever get a word in edgewise?
I don't want to.
I told you I'm married to an SC personality. He's like, he's just good to be here and sit and listen for the day. I don't give him any words in edgewise, do I? But I found that we were wanting to do life differently. And it's just been over the last few years that's exactly how we were doing it. It became time for Tracy to retire. And so he retired and we thought, what's he going to do next? You know, it wasn't that we had made tons of money and we could retire and never work a day in our lives. It was still, I have a passion to really add value to people. And that's my passion every single day. Do you ever see me not working? Not really. And we've talked about that he said, I don't ever see you not working. I see you really doing this thing, whatever this thing is, until the end. And so as we started thinking about that and he retired, he came to work. And I'm telling you, we've had differences in life. But the one major difference that I want to share with you today during our time together was when he retired. And so the structure of everything, the things that we did day in, day out really changed. He didn't have his thing anymore. And so as he came to the house, as we like to call it, we thought, what is he going to do? And so we decided that he was going to come to work in one of our businesses. And so that was well and good. We have a company that we sell promotional products. And so he saw that it was really busy, and it was really busy during that time, wasn't it? I mean, we were going. And so he said, you know what we'll do? We will. I said, you just come to work for me and he can do the quotes. And so I can safely say that this is one of the biggest differences that we ever had in our life, because he came to work. A friend of mine said, does he come to work with you or for you? What was it? What was it at the very beginning?
It was for you.
Thank you. He said it. You're live here. He said he came to work for me. And so when he did that, he came to work at Paper Sack and he started doing quotes for us. And so it was a really great time. How many of you on the line today? Let me check my Facebook feed. How many of you work with your husbands right now? Do I have anybody that honestly works with their husband right now? Because it was a very different experience for us. All right, let me look at the feed. Married. Okay, I love it. I love the chat that's going on now. So if you ever have worked with your husband, and Linda, I think you and Vito did this. I've got to know the secret, because for us, it was challenging because I had my way of doing things. How many of you got your way? You got your way of doing things. And then he comes in and he creeps upon my turf. It was my business, and he was here during the day, all day long, every day. Well, first it was going to be 2 days a week, wasn't it?
Right.
It was 2 days a week he was going to come to work, and now how many days did he come?
That 2 days a week lasted for about 2 weeks.
Oh, did it? Okay, and then what happened?
4 days a week.
Oh, 4 days a
then.
week.
Since then.
Well, do you have fun doing that?
Well, I can take off kind of when I want to.
He does.
I have. What is it? It's I have special.
You got connections.
Special arrangements with the owner.
Yes, he does. But I share with you that story because when he came to work for me in my business, I'm telling you, we started butting heads like we had never butted heads before. I laugh about that on certain days because I'm like, to be married is one thing, but to be married and work together takes an entirely different skill set. And for us, it really did. And the secret of one day I woke up, and I know that Linda and I, we are John Maxwell junkies and we follow him. I had become certified in the DISC training. And so one night I said, let's just take a personality assessment. And so we both did. And of course, you can know that my personality came off with a high I personality. I love to do life. I love to live big. I love to laugh and have a good time. And his personality was an SC, which was a compliant person, a steady person. And so how many of you have heard that opposites attract? I mean, we all have, haven't we? And here it is right here, as opposite as day and night. And we attracted to one another. And we've been together. I'm proud and loud that saying we've been together for 38 years. But the secrets that I want to share with you today, and I really want you to lean into this, because we have differences no matter what they are. Oftentimes, people who are married, you don't marry just a person that's just like you. You have differences, and there are ways to overcome those differences. So many times in the world today, the overcoming of the differences is just actually, oh, let's just get a divorce. Oh, let's live apart. Oh, let's separate. And I don't believe in that. I believe overcoming differences, living life together, doing the journey that married people get to do is part of the joy that what makes the world go round and makes the world a better place. So the things I want to share with you again, that when he came in, I laugh about now, he's still living. So y'all be thankful for that. But the difference, overcoming the difference of really working in a business together, there's 3 things I want to share with you. One was, before I share the 3 things, was really taking that personality assessment and me learning, me really seeing it on paper. I knew he was different than me. I knew he did things different than me. I knew we had different wording, different ways of being were different. But when I really did that hardcore personality assessment, and I said, Tracy, it's who you are. He is a steady person. He wants to know all the rules. He wants to play by the rules all the time. And I realized at that moment in time that that's just the way he was. He is who he is. And I married him that way. And our overcoming of our differences, we had done lots throughout raising children together, living life together, doing different jobs together. But when I really realized, and why it took me that many years, I guess it was 14, 15 years ago. So we were on year 3rd? No, what would that have been? Year 25? So why it took me that long to realize that he is who he is, that I have to realize that. And when I said when I realized that he was an S personality, and it was just, that's who he was, it was an eye-opening experience for me. The second, so number 1, realizing they are who they are. He is what he is. The second secret of overcoming differences for us over this course of time is meeting him where he is. Really saying, Tracy, where are you on this subject? And then if you don't hear anything else from me today, I want you to hear this next word. Listen. Listen. Listening. Because I oftentimes, as you can see me now and hear me now, that I go hard, let's go big or go home. But when I really meet him where he is and I ask him the questions and say, where are you at on this subject? And then I listen. I don't have to agree. I don't have to disagree. I don't have to, that doesn't matter at that moment in time. The key to that was really listening. It's a skill I work on every day, right?
You talk a lot.
I talk a lot. I listen, and my 30 minutes is almost up. So yes, listening every moment of every day. So I'm going to ask you one question though. When I say I meet you where you're at and I listen, what is your secret on that moment as well? What do you get to do in return?
When you ask me,
Uh-huh.
I get to tell.
He gets to tell. And that's, to me, if you hear the word communication in a marriage is one of the strongest things, the strongest, what word am I looking for? Characteristic traits in a marriage that you can have. listening and communication. So number one, I said, he is who he is. You married him, girls. You've married him. You did it. On that given day, you loved him big. You loved him so very big. So he is who he is. Or men, she is who she is. Number two, you meet them where you at and you listen and you communicate. You listen, and then that's part of that communication tool. Communication is not all about talking 24/7. Although I love it, I absolutely love it, but I have to learn to listen. And number three is being me. And really being instead of doing. So many times I think that we get into the world of doing. What can I do to make my marriage better? What can I do to make it stronger? What can I do to change the way he does things? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I found that when I start with me, when I start with the very being of who I get to be on a given day, when I show up 100%, oftentimes we say marriage is a 50-50 thing, and it's not. Marriage is 100% coming in as me and him showing up 100% of him. I have to learn to love me. I have to learn to be the calm, the open, the loving, the peaceful, the joy, the dedicated wife that I chose to be and I agreed to be 38 years ago today. And it's just as important today as it was 38 years ago. Loving me and starting with me is absolutely going to pour into our marriage for year 39, year 40, and year 41. So many times we throw in the white towel, as my daddy used to say, way too quickly. We have to start working on ourselves and be comfortable with ourselves, loving ourselves, being. Who do I get to be today to show up to be the very best wife that I can serve him and support him today? And I know he's going to say, you feel that every day? Mostly. Yeah. Mostly. You like that word, mostly. But, it reminds me of mom. It can't be perfect every day, right? And so coming together 100%, day in, day out, I believe it's what's going to keep marriage going on and on and on and on. Are all the days perfect? Well, certainly not. Certainly not. Are most of the days good? Certainly so. We wouldn't do life any other way. And now, again, we've been blessed. We've been blessed with each other. We've been blessed with our children. Now we've been blessed with this amazing little grandbaby that we have. But the most important thing to me on the marriage marathon is really showing up to be the best you every single day. And if you can do that, then again, the days that are good are going to be better than ever before. And the days that you need help, then guess what? I got this guy here to support me along the way. I am so excited about being a part of this today. Are you excited about being a part of this today? Y'all, this is it. Tracy Wood, just a laid back guy, just going to be here to support me. And I am very blessed in that area. But so the things I've got for you today, again, I am now presently a speaker, trainer, coach. I absolutely love coming in and sharing our story, sharing my story, how we do life together and the dreams and the things that we've got going on. The next, how many years? I claimed this morning that we're going to live. I'm going to live to be 35. So we're going to make it 35 more. That's right. 35 more years. You think I'm older than 35? I guess if we've been married 39, we have, right? Yeah. I get that mixed up. Okay. So I'm living to be 35. I'm living to be 95. So I'm writing myself out that I get to be 60 this year and he's behind me. He gets to be 60 in November, but we get to live life together 35 more years. I'm claiming it. And so speaker training and coaching is absolutely my love, that my passion. I love to be in rhythm and flow every day, adding value to people, starting with me. So the free gift that Linda's going to drop in the link below is an I am statements. And it's just a worksheet that you can really lean into every day. It's 25 of my favorite I am statements, and then you get to add your own. Because I do believe that marriage starts with ourselves each and every morning. When we get out of the bed, we got a choice to make, whether we're going to pour into ourselves and we're going to make it a glorious, wonderful day, or we're going to blame it on this one or blame it on the next one, or how he's doing it right or wrong. Overcoming differences start with you being all in on you. Be all in on you. And we can promise that the differences are going to be few and far between. All right, Linda and Tito, I'd love to have y'all back. Love to have you. I hope this has served your community today. I caught the last part of the session before us, and it was really, as our friend Roddy would say, really, really juicy. But how are you? Any questions we can answer today?
Awesome. We are doing great. We are so excited and proud of Tracy. Tracy was here for the entire time and talking.
Oh, that's it.
I think it's the fact that, he's thinking about maybe this cruise that we're going on next year. And so, yeah, I think that's what's getting him excited. Deborah, you have to send me the free gift. I put in the masterclass. So send that to me so I can put it in the stream, the 25 I am statements.
Yes, I will.
I will. I'll put that in the stream so everyone can get their free gift. And tell us about the group, yes, that I'm in, the Master Your Confidence.
Yes, okay. So yes, and if that's what you dropped, that's good. I have a Facebook group that is called Master Your Confidence, and that's really what I lean into on a given daily basis. And I kind of touched on it as we're talking about marriage as well, being all in on you, being all in and confident in your skin, because so many times people, they like to point the finger on this is not right, or this is not right, or this is not right. And especially when it comes, it's so much easier to blame him than it is to point the fingers back at myself and say, I've got to get it right with me. And when you're confident about who you are and you're confident about the being in your skin, it's amazing what kind of results, how the world opens up to you when you get to be all in. Again, being that open, calm, confident person that you get to be, then life seems to show up that much easier for me.
Awesome. Yes, I love that. I remember we had a call. We were on a call, and I can't even remember how it started or anything. And I remember you talking about that being, just that being. And it was so calming. It was just what I needed at that time. And I was like, oh my goodness, yes. And so, as wives, as just people regularly, sometimes we get so caught up with everything that we forget to just be.
That's right.
And just take time to absorb that and enjoy that and appreciate that. And so I'm excited about, what you're doing and the assistance and help that you're giving with that in that group. And of course, what you're doing with the leadership and training and just knowing your lane and encouraging people to do that as well, knowing what they want and reaching those goals. I think we did the masterclass was last week. Yes, we did a masterclass. Yes. We were on the masterclass last week. And so that was really great. And the session before us talked about goals, right? I think it was about vision and all of that. And so, of course, this is tied in. And it's so helpful because we're different as persons, as spouses, we're different. And we have different goals and things we want to accomplish. And then sometimes we want to force the other person to be who they're not.
That's it.
Tracy's looking at you like, yeah.
I know. Yeah, you're getting me in trouble. But that's so very true, Linda. And I'm so glad you brought that up because it is true. I've got to be me. He's got to be him. But we've got to accept one another where we are. And not to say that there's not ripples and roses. And again, overcoming those differences. But we found when we meet each other where we are. And then again, I'm just going to play on that again, that communication piece, asking those questions or being with one another and just listening. It's amazing the spirit and the love and the joy that you can bring to your marriage when you take those steps.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Thank you guys so much for sharing. We have some comments and we are supposed to give away some gift cards. So who's gonna win this session during this segment? Person with the most comments, I think. So we're gonna look at that. But did you put in those statements? I think you did, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and so we had Marriage Matters is on. I think this is Dr. Boros who's speaking now, and he said, being all in on you. Your 39 years experience is valuable, and your husband is comfortable with you speaking. That's good. My wife and I are in our 39th year also. So he's saying congratulations. Yes, they were the speakers that we had at
In the second session.
yes,
Okay,
Very
so I'm going to
yes,
go back.
our
to what?
second session. Awesome, awesome. Marriage and family therapist, husband and wife couple right here in Freeport, Grand Bahama. And of course, that was the boroughs that everyone could reach out to. 242-351-8311. Help is always available. Listen, guys, type it in the chat. Girls too. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. But everyone type it in the chat. Help is always available. I remember just being in that point where I needed help and I did not know where to turn and where to get it.
Good.
And it was a terrifying experience to be in, where knowing you needed help and just not knowing what was available. And so of course I wanted to make sure we created this community so that other people don't have that, where they have this lack. They don't know where to turn or who to go to. And that's why we're building this unique couples community with so much talented people and persons, so they can reach out to Debra. Hey, if you need some confidence, reach out to Debra and she'll help you with that. Those of you who are single, reaching out if you need to be your confident you, and grab your man or whatever, or grab your girl. You could do that, reach your goals, whatever it is, personal, professional. Go ahead and do that. Then we have a lot of couples who are building communities and working together as well. Reach out to them, reach out to us. Join us in the Unique Couples Marriage Club if you want those daily tips and inspiration, motivation, and transformation to change your relationship. Those things that you do on a daily basis, because sometimes we think it's just what we do in that moment, and we get married and then that's it. But no, it's the daily habits. That's psychology degree, like Vito likes to say, that we have there. We're constantly growing and learning. So we have that in the club, year-long activities and things that you can do to strengthen your marriage on a daily basis, because you could know what to do, but if you don't have that accountability and you don't have the community and all of that, and of course that is what Debra offers in her community. If you don't have the people and you're not connected with the right people and in the right space, you will not grow. And we need our marriages to grow. We need them to be strong. So join us in the Unique Couples Marriage Club, where you get daily inspiration, you get tips and tools to be able to communicate well, to trust, learn about making your spouse your best friend, and so much more. But it's something that you do on a daily basis, not a one-time thing. We do have one-time events, like we have something coming up, our Couples Connect,
Communicate to Elevate workshop. That's coming up August the 23rd. That's in person. So for those of you here in Freeport, Grand Bahama, you want to sign up. Seats are being filled very quickly. We have about 10 seats left.
Yes.
And so you want to sign up for that. The link is in the chat.
Yes. And we also, because of course, our community is global, we also have an option for persons who aren't here to be able to join us virtually. So there is space for that. But help is always available. I see Benzana wrote it. Randy is here. She was the winner in the last session. Thanks, Valencia and Kevin, for joining us. Yes, I said Marriage Matters was here. Yes, and all of you, I'm sorry I didn't get all the names, but thanks for joining us for this session, for this marathon, and of course, making the commitment to work on your relationship, right? Making the commitment to do that. Yeah, so our winner, we have our winner. Drum roll. She is going to win an Amazon gift card. Let's go, drum roll, please.
Yes.
And the winner is. Oh, I didn't see the name again. You took it off. The winner is okay. Lutisha Campbell, showing up to be the best you every day. Powerful. Yes, Deborah said that, right? Awesome. So Debra, you said, and I love talking to Debra because every time she speaks, there's just some nugget or inspiration that you just have to grab and write down and hold. So of course I wrote my little nuggets down as well. Loving me and starting with me. Showing up to be the best you every day, definitely. So we'll get the 25 I am statements. We'll put that in the chat. I was on something else, and then I go and then I forget where I am.
Yeah.
So I was saying.
So Lutisha is the winner, and she's
Yes.
going to email us at info@uniquecouples.com.
Yes.
So make sure you email us, Lutisha, so you can get your gift.
Yes. Awesome. And yeah, so overcoming differences, it might seem impossible. It might seem as if it's hard, but just accepting your spouse for who they are and you being who you are, coming together, your relationship is just going to be that much more profitable, sweeter, just connected and intimate and stronger. So don't look at the differences as something that repels or threatens your relationship. Look at it as something that strengthens and binds you closer, right? Yeah. So we have sponsors and stuff to thank as well.
Yes, we want to thank Hair to Please. We also want to thank Style Me Pretty with Shadra. We want to thank the Nail Lab Creation by Anna. We also have Build Your Best Life, Deborah D. Smith. We have Total Grace Solutions, Thaddeus and Amanda Randolph. Who else we have?
Yes, and we'll have some more people too. So Marriage Matters was here. We had the boardroom here. We also had Kishaldos here as well, right? Yes. So that was, that is something.
And we also had
Alouette Design Promo. Yes. So we had them as well. Kichel also had the Training Authority. That's what I was trying to remember. The Training Authority. So go ahead, connect. I don't know. Did I talk too much? Is that time almost up?
We want to give you guys enough time for the next session. Our next session is overcoming intimacy struggles with Kemar and Deanne Johnson. They're from Queens, New York. Yes. So you want to go ahead and make sure you tune in for that at 2 p.m. And go ahead, like it, share it, tag persons, put your questions in, put the comments in. We will give away another prize. And you want to make sure you email us at info@uniquecouples.com. So it's a very easy email to remember.
I need to do a wardrobe change.
So make sure you email us at that email address.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy and Debra, for taking time out of your schedule to be here with the Unique Couples community today. We really enjoyed overcoming differences in marriage, and it tied into all of the topics that we would have already talked on. We talked about overcoming communication burnout. We talked about overcoming conflict in marriage. We talked about overcoming lack of couples vision in marriage. And then you would have talked about overcoming differences in marriage. So everything is tying in, and we want everyone that's watching us to continue to put in the work in your marriage. Here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We love you guys.
Continue working.
Love you too. Bye. See you soon. Bye.
All right. See you guys at 2 p.m.
Yes.
At Wright's Enterprise, our slogan is Dreams on Wheels. Let us customize a trailer to accommodate your business's needs. From clothing and apparel, shoes and accessories, to hair and nails, we are the perfect choice for your mobile business. Contact 646-8464 for more info and follow us on IG at rights_enterprise242.